Hi.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good
Yeah,
evening.
it's sunny morning here in Europe.
Well, I'm in Europe, but it's an overcast morning. So
Okay. Then in Slovenia.
okay, in Slovenia it's a sunny morning. Here in the mountains in Italy, we've got a little bit of sun wanting to poke through the clouds, but it's not happening.
Yes, well,
I'm back in short sleeves, so
Lucky you.
just too hot.
yes, well, I was at the beach about 5 hours ago and took my sourcing selfie there, so that was nice.
Very good.
Okay, so we have quite 18 viewers at the moment. And so who is in the chat? Oh, a lot.
A lot.
We've got Fuzzy Mel, we've got
13.
Cassie, Ellen, Christine, Art Van Ripper, Stephanie, Kirsten, Joe. That's pronounced properly. Hasn't been pronounced properly. Soren, Cassie, Judy, Carol, Bruce, Axel, Stephen. I think I got everybody.
Yay!
Thanks for joining us.
We have a random prize winner. So the secret word is, let me just write it. Where is it? Here. Okay, scroll. So it is Hacktoberfest. So we are in the month of October and we are hacking new things on WikiTree. So many new additions to the extension and to the applications will come up as a result of this. A few were already done last week in these few days but there are more to come, I think.
Yeah. So it's great how all these wonderful things come out of Hacktoberfest. Because
Absolutely.
what was it? Was it last year we got the CC7 changes?
I don't really remember which year something was added, but there are really a lot of tools now in extension and in the apps. Apps are becoming really good.
It's good stuff. we, how would we do? I mean, I know some people don't use all these tools, but when I'm doing a thon, I'm really relying on a lot of these tools that we have that have been made for us, and some of the really great things that we can see in WikiTree. So I'm very thankful that we have so many programmers that work together to make WikiTree as wonderful as it is.
Yeah, they are quite good. I'm impressed by the amount of things they did. Usually it was only just me.
Yep.
Then others joined, and now we have really a lot of things.
Yeah, I agree, Stevens. Source is wonderful. It's like I just grab the sources off my family search profile, add it onto WikiTree, and I use the WBE auto bio, make it tidy, and I'm done. Makes it so much easier.
Absolutely. So what have you been working on, Darren?
I've done about 100 profiles from the Luxembourg unsourced profiles that are orphans.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, so there's 2 pages that I haven't touched yet. So if anyone wants some sources, they can sort of do the first page. Hint, hint, Alan.
Hint, hint, Alan.
Yes, I saw his message saying that there's no, he can't find sources. But I'm not like the only way I knew Luxembourg is that I did it last year for the 15 Nations global tour.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I'm able to for most of the profiles I'm able to find sources rather easily because they're on Family Search.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So,
very good.
so if you go out of your comfort zone, you might find something that you might enjoy it.
How old is Luxembourg? Since when it exists?
Um, I think it was an independent country in like the 1830s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or
Okay.
somewhere around there. Yeah, so it's about the same time as Belgium
Mm-hmm.
came into existence. And of course, you got people from before then. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Those
it's
those have
interesting.
become those things become the real interesting parts where you have to understand the history of the location in order to know
Mm.
where to look for the records, right? I mean,
Mm.
so in
Yeah,
Italy we have some records that you have to go to Austria to look for, and other records you have to go to
We also
France to
in
look for,
and in it
because
and we have some in Austria, some in Italy, depending on the time and location,
yeah,
as we
yes,
were part of those
yeah,
countries.
yes. 'Cause, like some of
That's
absolutely.
the
really.
profiles that I've sourced, the sources are in France, in France because it was in the Napoleonic Wars.
Napoleon. Yeah, you
Yeah,
really need at least in Europe, you need a lot of history knowledge of the place
yeah,
when was
Hmm.
what
yeah,
Yeah,
to fully
absolutely.
understand
Well,
it.
yeah.
and Americans, we need that too in a lot of ways. People don't think about it, but I work with my family's from Tennessee, and I have a lot of
Hmm.
family that they were in they were in North Carolina, and then they said they were in Tennessee. Well, guess what? They never moved. but
Yeah.
but
Aha.
but part of North Carolina became Tennessee. So when you see that someone was born in North Carolina and died in Tennessee, it doesn't necessarily mean they
I mean, they
moved, right?
migrated.
They were in the same house probably at that point.
Mm,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
okay,
But
so should we do some stats?
Oh,
yep.
absolutely. We're glad to have you here
Cool.
for stats, Aleš.
Aha, oh, I should do
We've been
some stats
we've been
then.
we've been like struggling through the stats without you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just make a little comment beforehand.
Yeah, go ahead.
I love how Art Van Ripper he's working on a old GCOM and he's cleaning the profiles and sourcing. Okay, so that's great work. Thank you.
Yes.
Mm, okay, so stats. This ton is a much smaller version of tons we used to have. Now we only have, I think, how many participants actually? So we have 500. 500. That's a lot.
Yeah, I think one of the last livecasts, Ezra said that we had 583 sign up and
Aha. So, okay,
it's
then
just
it's
over
okay.
500 have done a
Hmm.
profile.
That's pretty
Okay, a
good.
lot participate. So a lot of them participated. Usually we have a bigger gap between sign up and actually doing sources. So let me. Uh, so oh, we have Patty reached 1,000. Look at that, and
Yeah,
we're not even 2 days in the ton. So let's see the
yeah,
first few. So on first place, Patty LaPlante from Appalachia Roots. Mark Lemon is second with 600. Or they are all rounding up the numbers. Come on. That was a team effort, so both from the same team. Axel Svensson from Nordic Noir has 536. Anon Sharkey, so anonymous probably, from Mighty Oaks, 509. Those are over 500. And Jamie Arrington with 412, just one place ahead of Jamie. No, Maddie Hardman, 1 point ahead of Jamie. So they are close. And also Sandy is right there with 407. So they're still in the race. And then it goes down to so 100 profiles for now was done by 111 people.
Yeah, I'm just a little
And
bit below that. I think it's 92 for me.
Okay, so we will increase that number. Then Greg will not like the number anymore.
Yeah.
But, and for 514 participants overall. So in team section, we have 40 teams. Oh, 39, because we have the empty team. So the ones that didn't register, they did 140 profiles. Okay, good. Now we also have normalized numbers. So in the first place is Mighty Oaks, followed by Appalachia Roots and Flying Dutchmans. But if we are looking normalized numbers, the Appalachia Roots are in first place with quite some gap before the Flying Dutchmans, who are second. Third place goes to South African Springboks with 120 per users, and Mighty Oaks has 118 profiles on fourth place normalized. Another one over 100 is Splendid Spruces with 109 per user. So these are the top teams in the independent of the size of the team. So then we have division competition. So in Division 3, these are the biggest teams. The lead goes to Mighty Oaks in front of Appalachia Roots, and Team Rose is in the third place. In Division 2, we have Flying Dutchman in the lead, and in front of Nordic Noir and Missouri Cousins. Oh, are they cousins? All. And
Yes,
in Division
I believe
1,
that's one of the new teams.
Yeah, I heard it first time, I think. And in Division 1, we have South African Springboks, Team Italy, and Germany Genies in third place. So those are by divisions. Okay, so then we can have a look at special views. So one of them is user histogram, where you can see when a certain user did profiles and how many. So you can search for yourself here and see if it's correct. I guess it is. And when someone was sleeping and so on. We have a similar
We're like
chart
Santa
for...
Claus.
Yeah.
We know when you're sleeping. We know when you're awake.
Yeah. We have similar chart for teams, where we can see if the teams are all in the same time zone, actually, because there is always, if they are, there is always a part where they are all asleep. So it's pretty easy to see from where a certain team is. But we have a few international teams like Toldin Tortoises that have profiles all the time, and there you can't say from where they are. Okay. The histogram contributions by our histogram here at the top is as usually higher, although I think from the first view that the drop during the night is during the US night is lower, so it seems that more non-Americans are participating this time, at least in relatively against others. So US is, I think, underrepresented this time. Usually it's more of them. Yeah, 40, and at the top we have 1,000. Usually on all tones we can have a look. I think the difference between day and night were much bigger. 2023. So like this, we have at the low point it was 500 profiles, and at the high point 1,300. So 1.1 much bigger difference. So go Europe, go New Zealand, Australia. This time we can, your teams can win. Okay, the total number is, and the total at the moment is, this is already 15 minutes past the hour. Well, it was 33,586 profile, but I guess there will be a few more before the end of the Hangouts. So that was the stats for today.
Very good.
Okay, so we also have we have to select a winner for Oktoberfest's World. So
anyone else?
How many? Only 14 are participating at the moment, so it's a good chance you will win. Let's give them a minute or two. Maybe someone else is going to write it, because
maybe it's a tactical error on my part by hosting these early morning calls. I should just be on them, right? And I would be able to win a prize.
I think you are allowed to write. Just open YouTube and write Oktoberfest.
No, we're not. If hosting, no, we're not allowed while we're hosting. I was told.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So being a host on these morning calls, man, that's bad planning on my part for the prize winning.
Yes. So if you've already won in the last 6 months, of course you can't play, like Stephen there, and there was someone else who couldn't play. So anything, if you won anything in WikiTree, like in the Source-a-Thon, Connect-a-Thon, Bingo, since November last year. No, second wrong. April. Anything since April you can't win. Oh.
We have so many things that go on WikiTree nowadays that you don't know when, it's like, oh, you can't just say since since the June thon or something, because there's so many things that happen in between now. We have many,
Yeah,
many
I think
activities.
it's very busy
It's a very busy, busy
this year.
group.
We just had Wiki Games, now Oktoberfest, now
The
WikiTree
symposium's coming up,
Symposium.
yeah.
So, and Source-a-Thon in between. And usually the fall is very busy after the summer. I also, in my work, I have a lot of work, so I'm just hardly doing everything. Okay, so let's see the prize draw. I think we gave them enough time. So we have 16 participants. And let's see who will be the winner. Mark, Steven, Kathy, Christine, Debbie, Judy.
One more.
Margaret.
Well done.
Okay.
Very good.
So,
Congratulations.
that was pre-calculated to join in the morning. Cool.
Yay!
She's still in the chat.
Yep.
So, congratulations. I think you have to select price in G2G post. I'm not entirely sure because I was very busy and I didn't manage to see how it's done this time. I actually didn't watch any Hangout until now.
Well, we've got to put a post with your name, Margaret, on the prize winners post, and then you choose it before the next Hangout.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What else? You have discount in the WikiTree store, so you can get a discount for selected prizes. I think. Is it? No, that's not it. That's something else. Sorry. What? Kahoot. Oh, that's different. That's wrong. Where is that? I don't know. Usually we have prepared banners for. Wait, it should be somewhere. Just a second. So it's. So 15% discount code in Wiki Store is Wiki 15. So you can use that, but it was probably posted on other Hangouts and it's valid until November 30th. So whole month. Actually 2 months.
2 months.
Okay.
Very good. You can go get some cool t-shirts.
Yeah. I'm using these old ones. From the. So that should be it. Anything else? We can recheck the total. So.
And there's Sandy still not sleeping.
Darren asked me before about searching for profiles that were claimed during the Source-a-Thon. At the end, I will prepare a query and also post it in the that Doctor's News. So you will be able to search for all profiles that were done during this thon. So you can then combine that with your WikiTree ID and you will get all profiles that you did. I will show examples there.
Speaking of searching for profiles, a lot of people say they have trouble figuring out what to source on and whatever. If you find a couple of profiles by someone, and this isn't to call out names, but for example, I found a family, I mentioned it yesterday, where the guy did a wonderful job of putting all of this stuff on there, but the only source was found in my father's old genealogy software. So he has really good dates. When I went to family search, everything is correct. There are just no sources listed. Do a search by, created by. If you find somebody who has done a lot of work but just didn't know or didn't think to put sources in, you could probably find a mother load of of things to go with, because I've already added sources to over 100 profiles just from that one family. So it was really kind of a gold mine right there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, usually those family records are very, very good, because those were done from personal knowledge, and they knew who is someone's brother or sister.
They just didn't have the source, because the source was right here. The source was right here. So they're really good records. I haven't found one yet where the birth date and the death date were wrong. They were always correct. They just didn't have a source. So a lot of times there's some really good records out there that just need us to come in there and clean them up. So once you find one, you can maybe find a bunch from the same group of people that were put in at the same time.
Exact dates are very easy to find, because you know exactly which date to look at. So you don't need to scan, list our whole year of data.
Yeah. And another thing you can do, like if you get one unsourced profile, have a look at the family members. They may be unsourced too, but don't have the category. You can source, and because you found the source for one person, it will have.
Or a lot of times they have a source for the other person. It's like they have a marriage source or something for the other person, or they have a birth source for a child and it's the other person. So sometimes you don't have to go very far to find the source. You don't even have to go searching in family search or something. You can just kind of see, oh, did they this one has everything, but whatever reason this one has nothing. So you can kind of move that way too. It makes it very, very quick. So yeah, there's a lot of good ways to kind of go down that little rabbit path.
Holes.
Yeah.
Nice thing.
I noticed in chat that it was someone wrote Wiki 15 with the space. It's without a space, so it's one word, a single word for the discount code. So Sandy got it right.
I'm not sure about Stu's question, but I can check.
Sue, I think the bib numbers nowadays are more just a fun thing to have, kind of like we used to. It was the race, right? So everybody had a bib number, and we don't really use them anymore for like prizes and things, but they're just kind of a thing to acknowledge that you were in the race.
They were essential on the first Thon, because they had to add the profiles manually together to get the numbers and totals. Nowadays it's all easier. But they stayed as a remember.
Yeah.
Remember them. Okay. So let's have another look at the number. So now we are at 33,680 profiles. So quite a few were added during our talk. Next hangout is in 3.5 hours. Well, we did 30 minutes. That's cool.
Yeah.
And
Good
see
job.
you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.